A West Michigan native who made a name for himself in Hollywood is now producing a whole new project. Hopwood DePree is renovating a 50,000 square foot English castle that's been in his family for 600 years. He has written about restoring Hopwood Hall in a new book called Downton Shabby. I sat down with Hopwood to talk about what led him to this project and what seeing it brought back to life means to him. Take me back to how you discovered Hopwood Hall.
Well, it goes back quite far. It goes back to when I was a child, having the name Hopwood, which I did not like. In fact, I hated it. I was always curious about where that name came from. My grandfather was also named Hopwood, so he used to tell me these stories about a Hopwood castle, which were like bedtime stories, fairy tales. And years later, as an adult, I was interested in genealogy. I was on Ancestry.com, scrolling through, and came across an old black and white picture of Hopwood Hall. And that was when a light bulb went on, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is the Hopwood Castle that my grandfather used to tell me stories about. So I went over there with my family just out of curiosity to visit it, and I had no idea that it would end up becoming my entire life.
Right. Well, so what was it like, those first few moments when you actually went in and started looking around and seeing the disrepair, I guess.
Right.
Was that the first thing you noticed, or did you
I think I actually noticed the sense of history because the building was built in the 1420s. Parts of it date back even earlier. I was just so moved by that. You know, there's carvings, floor-to-ceiling carvings that are from the 1500s on the wall. There was initials from my ancestors on the wall, dated 1689. There was a fireplace, a limestone fireplace with a family motto carved into it. Years carved everywhere, you know, in the 1600s and 1500s. It was just incredibly inspiring to see that it was still there. But it was also a bit daunting because there was water running down the walls, the windows were broken, it was a real mess. There was trees growing out of the chimneys, and I thought, how can this be? How can something that is this precious and this important be left like this? And I felt like I needed to get involved in some way to try to help out and try to help save it, but I wasn't exactly sure how to do that. Look at this. There's a whole room here. I've never even seen this room.
He spent the next few years raising money and awareness about Hopwood Hall, but from across the pond.
It wasn't something I could phone in. It wasn't something I could not be there for. I would have to get a UK visa, pack my bags, and move to England. So I gave it a lot of thought. But really, it came down to me thinking, you know, they said, if nothing is done to save the hall, then it will be lost in 5 to 10 years. And I thought, well, how would I feel if the hall was gone? Would I feel bad? Would it affect me? And I really did. I felt like it was something that was capable of being saved. It just needed someone to really step forward and do it. And in some ways, it felt like it needed to be me.
Yeah.
So
the timing of that, because this is a structure that had survived from the 1400s, and now it was less than a decade away. I mean, the fact that you discovered that just in the nick of time.
It really was the nick of time. 5 years, it's, you know, so quick. And that it had been built in the 1420s, maybe even earlier. And it was collapsing as we were there. You could hear pieces falling off the ceiling in other rooms. We could see the water running down the walls. It was an urgent situation. If something was going to be done, it needed to be done urgently.
The scaffolding is going up this morning.
He took the leap, starting a whole new adventure, documenting it all on his YouTube channel.
I tried to be hands-on, and the thing is, over there's a lot of very skilled craftsmen and heritage experts. So whenever I would try to step in and get involved, a lot of times I would just slow them down, frustrate things. But I've been trying to learn and trying to be as involved as I can and trying to help out. But I really have an appreciation for those heritage skills of creating leaded glass windows and brick making and plaster moldings and all the different things that would have happened back when the hall was originally built that we're trying to reinstate and do now. And we're actually running workshops where people can come and learn those skills and participate in the restoration of the hall.
We are going to go up into the roof trusses to make
that restoration continues today. breathing new life back into the hall and opening the doors once again.
One of my big goals was to get it open for the public on a regular basis. So this summer on June 18th, we're opening for our first lawn party, our garden lawn party. Picnic on the lawn, we're calling it, if you want to come over to England.
And if those of us who can't get over there, we can pick up your book, and you're going to be here in town, and people can meet you and talk more about it and sign. Where can they do that?
So I'll be at Schuler Books on 28th Street and signing books and actually giving a talk. I'm going to be showing some video and some pictures of the hall and answering questions and mingling with people, and we also have a reception afterwards.
Perfect. Well, good. Well, it's great to see you.
You too.
I know you're kind of traveling around and back and forth, but always good to have you here.
Always great to be here.
In the U.S. with us. All right, good. Well, and best of luck. I can't wait to see it one day in person.
Thanks a lot.